welcome back sounds too cliche.
Yeah, okay.
What's
up, bitches?
Okay, everyone, welcome back. We're very sorry that we've taken some time. Blame Cormac. We're going to start doing this monthly because Cormac decides that he's too busy in his life to hang around with his friends.
I have taken on a full-time job so that I can afford to go to college.
Hashtag life.
Hashtag life. So yeah, I have a lot less free time on my hands, and yeah, I think monthly is just going to work out better for us all.
Okay. Still, shame.
Sorry.
So what we're going to do is we've seen the Dark Tower, and I'm going to talk about it, and then Cormac's going to rage into it because this film, it was from a Stephen King novel and it's close to Cormac's heart. So I'm just going to talk about it and then we'll let Cormac rip into it. So it was an okay film. The action bits, I thought, I'm going to enjoy the action bits. And I didn't really get into them. They should be epic because Easter, oh my God. I can't say his name now. I had it
Idris Elba.
That guy. He was brilliant and like, he was the best thing in it. But like every time there was an action scene, I was like, this is going to be fun. And it just wasn't getting into it. It was really disappointing. Main character Jake, I don't know. He was very bland. He was like, put yourself in put your face on his face, and you're the character. And he was all right. Everyone was all right. The bad guy was all right. Like, same superpowers as your man from Jessica Jones. David Tennant played him much better, much more creepier, and like. Apart, like, the fact that one character who had lines was of an Asian descent was actually quite nice. It wasn't just a bunch of white people, which were the bad guys. And I felt like some of the bad guys, even though they have a few lines, like, I remember them more. And I'm like, I feel like you should be a character, but obviously your scenes got cut in it. So this was a mediocre film. It was okay. The best thing is Idris Elba in it. Just him in general. But apart from that, it's pretty bland. I feel like I've seen it before. Like, every scene is like, who are you? Who's this kid? And then they bond over whatever. And I feel like I've seen it before. I couldn't name it because it just feels so generic. But, so this okay film for my part. Now, I'm going to slowly move away from Cormac. And he's going to take a big breath. And enjoy.
Okay, so I hated this film. Like, so Joy pointed it out there. This film was based on a book series that is very close to my heart. It's my favorite book series ever. It has 6 or 7 novels in it.
Wait. There's 6 novels.
There's 6 novels, and then there was an extra one that was added on after. That's in between. That works in between 2 books. And when I heard this film was coming out in the first place, I thought, oh great, they've been trying to get this made in Hollywood for years now. Ron Howard was trying to get it done for a while, and that just fell through. So once I heard it was finally being made, I was excited, and they announced that Idris Elba was playing Roland, and a lot of people weren't 100% on that, but...
Is he a white guy in the book?
He is a white guy in the book, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
was like, oh, why is it controversial? Oh, yeah, it is a white guy in the book.
Yeah. Which, like, wasn't the biggest thing in the world, but some people got angry about it. I was like, okay, Idris Elba, he's a good actor. We'll see how he gets on. Matthew McConaughey was a great choice for the Man in Black. And so I was excited because I thought they were going to do another Lord of the Rings type thing where they'd have the 6 films, or maybe they try and squeeze it into 3. Like, that's not the best thing you can do, but stuff like that happens in Hollywood from time to time. But no, they decided the best way to go about making this film, this huge book series, which as far as Stephen King is concerned is his Lord of the Rings. They decided to take some of the plot points from all of those books and just cram it all into this one film. And it's awful. It's so so goddamn bad.
Bad as in, like, they have a plot point, they skim over it. It doesn't really add to the film, but they just have it in because it was a plot point in a book. Is that how it felt?
Basically, there's a lot of huge plot points from the books that are just passed off as Easter eggs within this film. I don't know if you remember it, Joy, and this is the problem, that people who go and watch this film who don't know the Dark Tower book series aren't going to realise the importance and significance of these things within the Dark Tower world, because they are still trying to expand this into a universe and making a TV series out of it.
Okay, so name a plot point that was skimmed over, see if I can remember it.
Okay. Do you remember those glass balls?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was wondering what the point of
Exactly,
that
because
was.
they made it out to look like a big deal in the film, but never explained anything about it. So those are the wizard's rainbow. Sure, it sounds a bit funny here, but
it does.
In the books, basically. Oh my god.
The wizard's rainbow. Oh my god, that sounds like the flamboyant.
Oh no, it's not. It's not meant to be flamboyant or anything.
The wizard's rainbow.
Anyway, you know the way that oh, for God's sakes.
Wait, are they collectively called the wizard's rainbow?
Collectively, yeah.
But what's an individual one called? Like,
I can't. It does have a
Wizard
name.
Rainbow. Okay, no, you lost me on how serious it's supposed to be. Going back to it, I'll try and stop laughing.
Okay, basically, so the Dark Tower series and the Gunslingers in particular are connected with the Arthurian legends. So it was mentioned in the film that the guns that Roland has, they're made from Excalibur.
Yeah, that threw me off. I felt like they just
It's
mentioned
built
that.
up. It's built up in the novels really, really well.
Well,
and
they mentioned it as a flying comment. I went, oh, how did he get Excalibur? Is Excalibur in this universe? Is this world like Earth at the later day?
I'll come back to that, because that's another gripe that I have with it. But basically, so the wizard's rainbow is, the wizard is Merlin, and Merlin's a dick in the books.
Merlin's in the books.
No, he's not in the books, but like that's one of the legends that they come back to, and these glass balls come back, or like come into the main plot of the story.
Yeah.
One in particular, which is the purple one. I think it's called it's not called the grapefruit. That was the pink one. They're all named after fruits in the book, but it sounds kind of goofy here, but it's actually really, really, it's done really well in the
really
books.
Fucking goofy.
But anyway, so the purple one, an entire book is based around so it goes into Roland's past and looks at him when he goes off on this mission, and he ends up getting obsessed with this glass, and then it comes back to the present day, and the man in black has it. And he's tempting him with it, and he gets tempted again, and it's because it goes really deep into his character, and it shows you how he has become what he's like in the books.
Okay.
And it's so deep, and it's so well put together, and in the film you don't know what the hell's going on.
No, I just kind of was like, oh look, he's got like a glass ball that shows him a scene. I don't know why he didn't use it in the first place to find the characters, but yeah.
So that was a huge plot point, and that's the fourth. They don't like really talk about them. They mention them, but they don't talk about them properly until the fourth book.
Okay.
And they're just popping up here in this film, which is probably going to be the only one that they make.
Oh,
they'll do
definitely.
They'll do the TV show possibly, but this is the only film they're going to have done. So that's a plot point just completely skimmed over. Getting back to what you were saying there about the whole, does King Arthur live in the in this story? Do you know what the Dark Tower is? Like what it's meant to be?
They were like the Dark Tower, and I saw it, I went, what an interesting structure. I would want to know more about the fuck it's about.
Okay.
Then let's protect this thing that we're supposed to care about so much. That's what I hate about like films that don't develop things properly. Like, we must protect this, we must protect that. Like in Lord of the Rings, you knew what they were protecting. You were protecting all these different characters. You were protecting the world, which we got to know. Like, even the Two Towers, I know more about the Two Towers in Lord of the Rings than I do know about this Dark Tower. Also, how do you, like, like, in the film, they hit it, like, three times, and it's still standing, and there was none of this tension of, won't it break? Like, that just, it not confused me, I just didn't care. And when the kid Jake was, when it was strapped into the chair, there wasn't even a bit where he's like, he's doing it, he's helping them destroy this tower. But no, it's just the whole time he's like, I'm fighting it, I know what to do. Like, I'm sorry, but there was no tension to it.
Yeah, I know. So the reason that there's tension in the book is because the Dark Tower
Yeah.
holds not just the universe,
Okay.
all potential universes together.
Okay.
So
Well, who's made the Dark Tower?
it's just there. It's been there since creation.
Okay, grand.
The Dark Tower kind of falls into the same multiverse theory as Rick and Morty does,
Okay.
where basically there is an infinite number of possible universes
Yeah.
in the world, and they're all held together by the Dark Tower.
Okay.
And there are these beams that they again mention in the film, but don't really elaborate on what they are, and that go to these. I think there's 8 of them.
Are those things they drew in the sand? The circle?
Yeah, exactly. They draw the diagram, and that's taken from one of the books. And there's a great scene in the book, and in the film, people are like, "What's going on?" So basically, so this is why it holds so much weight in the books, and why it should hold so much weight in the film. If the Dark Tower falls, every single possible universe that could ever exist
Yeah.
is destroyed.
Okay.
And there's nothing left but darkness.
Okay.
Nothing left but darkness. And that's, again, the main villain of the book series, the Crimson King, is mentioned in the film.
Yeah.
But he never shows up. You don't know anything about him. You don't know what's going on.
Was the Crimson King not the bad guy in the film?
No.
Who the fuck was that then?
That was,
He was creepy, to be honest. He held the kid by the hand. Like, when he was taking him through the portal, he held him by that hand and had his other hand, like, on the side of his neck. And I genuinely went, stranger danger, stranger danger. Like, that's the only time he creeped me out, was just, stranger danger.
So, basically, that character is the Man in Black, or
Okay.
Randall Flagg, or...
Walter! Yeah, his
Walter
name
Paddock,
is
yeah.
Walter! I'm like... What, like the puppet from Jeff Dunham?
Yeah,
Like,
no, I know.
or Walter, like every granddad in America probably calls.
Yeah, I don't know. But basically, so in the book series, him and Roland have a huge connection. They are like polar opposites.
Yeah.
But they both want the same thing, which is to get to the Dark Tower.
Why aren't you able to get to the Dark Tower?
You can get to it. You just have to walk that. You have to get to it in a certain way. A lot of the ways is literally by walking to it. But the thing is, the Man in Black wants to get to the Dark Tower to help destroy it and let the Crimson King rule over the darkness.
Okay.
Roland, the gunslinger, wants to get to it to protect it.
Okay.
And that's the other thing that really, really, really annoyed me, and probably the thing that annoyed me the most about this film. They did not get the gunslinger's character right at all.
No, I was very bored. The only thing I said to Cormac during the whole thing was, do they have, like, the gunslinger said, do they have guns on your world? And then I'm like, oh, that would be quite entertaining when he goes into a large gun shop. And then he did, and it wasn't that entertaining. I kind of went, that's very...
That was taken from one of the books, the second one, I think.
Yeah, but that could be hilarious.
It was hilarious.
You
It
could
was
just
great.
see, like, you could, like, if someone, like, if I thought bullets were rare and I went into this world where bullets are everywhere, I'd be like, oh my goodness. Thank you for your dinner. I didn't know, but...
So, Joy, you pointed out earlier, the main character of this film is Jake Chambers.
Yeah.
It's not Roland.
He's got some good eyes staring in
oh
this.
my god. The opening line of the book
Yeah.
is, the Man in Black fled across the desert and the gunslinger followed. The Dark Tower series is about the gunslinger. It is about Roland. It is about him trying to get to the Dark Tower. It is not about a kid. It's not. The kid shows up in the first novel. Stuff happens. He shows up again in the second novel. He is only there to help Roland.
Yeah.
The only thing that matters in the book series is that Roland gets to the Dark Tower. That is it.
Okay.
No. I'm not done.
I know you're not done, but...
In the no, let me. I gotta
Go
finish.
on.
In the film. Sorry. Yeah. In the film.
Yeah.
Roland's main motivation is to kill the Man in Black.
Yeah.
That is not his main
Walter!
motivation. It's not his main motivation. His motivation should be to get to the Dark Tower.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it's been. The opening lines of the book and something that they put on the posters and they mentioned in the film, the Man in Black fled across the desert and the gunslinger followed. That leads into the gunslinger getting to the Dark Tower.
Okay. Wait, was that the opening line?
That's the opening line of the book. And it should have been... And this is what I don't understand. The film opens in our world, in New York, and focuses on Jake Chambers. Like, the gunslinger doesn't show up until, like, 20 minutes into the film, which is ridiculous. The way this film should have gone is it starts in the desert. The Mohaine Desert, which again they mention very passingly in the film.
Yeah.
It should start in the desert.
It was beautiful shots of that.
I don't care about the shots. I didn't get the story or the characters right, okay? It should start in the desert with Roland trying to get to the Man in Black. That's it. That's all that film should have been about. That's literally it. They could have made such a fantastic film. Because like even if they didn't make it into the huge story where he gets to the Dark Tower and whatever, if they just took the first book, which is literally about him following the Man in Black. He finds him in the end, they have a talk, and that leads into the second book. And it's class, and it's just really... No, I'm not... I'm so raged right now.
Yeah, I know you're enraged. Just drink a cup of tea.
No.
Drink some tea. Drink some tea. See, Cormac and I come from different point of views. I studied film in college, so I can understand his rage, but then I also understand why Hollywood made it that way, because it's marketable. And it's a blank slate for... You know, people who want to be Jake, and then people want to be Idris Elbus, but like, who wouldn't want to be? So obviously, but this is a lot of Hollywood remakes, and they're just adaptations. It's like Transformers is just a blank slate. It's just there to put some movement in front.
But this is the problem. Okay, Transformers is based around a cartoon for children.
No. It's got comics as well. There is
comics.
Film.
Okay.
No, you can't just say because it was based around a cartoon or a toy means it has to be shit.
I don't mean it has to be shit. I'm saying that is an empty slate.
Yeah.
That is an empty slate. The Dark Tower is not. The Dark Tower is filled with lore. It's filled with all these complex situations and dynamics and character relationships and everything.
But if they're not going to do anything for empty slate, then why should they do anything for books? Because they're not going to do it, and you know they're not going to do it.
They've done it right before.
In
Fight Club.
Yeah, but Fight Club was at a time when everyone was lost. That was a good timing, and that was relating to how people felt at the time.
That should not have any like.
It does. If you Fight
Club bombed when it came out at the start. People didn't go watch Fight Club.
Yeah.
They watch it when it came out on DVD. So they took this book, they made it into the proper film that it should be.
Yeah.
When it bombed in the cinema, that was fine. When people wanted to go see it, they bought the DVDs and the videos and everything. They watched it then. What I'm saying here is, just because it's not marketable and like the Dark Tower is bombing, it's doing so poorly. But that is no excuse that they couldn't make a decent adaptation of it.
Well, they should have made a decent adaptation.
They should have, yeah.
But they're not going to do it because nowadays, unless people really put their heads into it, it's just going to be another film that people are going to see because it looks action-packed and they don't have to think about it. That's a lot of films that have come out this year that are crap compared to other films which, come from a material and they work out much better.
Okay, do you want to know what this is basically the equivalent of?
What is it?
So say Zack Snyder comes along and he says...
Hello.
And he says, I am going to make a film around all of Superman's comics.
Okay.
I'm going to take all the key elements of every single thing that Superman has ever done in the comics and put them all into one film.
Yeah, that's Batman vs. Superman.
No, and that film, this is the equivalent to the Dark Tower.
Okay.
That film would involve Superman flying, and that's it.
Okay.
That's the equivalent. That is how much is missing from this film.
But they did that in Batman vs. Superman. The death of Superman is like loads of comics they could have done a load away, and they did it already. They used their first chance instead of just kind of. And we all know he's coming back in the Justice League.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's not get back into Batman v Superman.
Oh God, yeah.
But what I'm saying is, you can't take a 6-book series, a 6-novel series, condense it into one 80-minute long film,
and expect a good film from it.
Well,
see, this is now where people who've decided, like, we go see these films because we want a podcast about them, or we want to spend time together. You kind of wanted to hope it was a better film.
I want to.
Yeah, we want films to succeed, but we have to stand the ground. So, like, I won't see any Michael Bay films because Michael Bay has said he does not care. Whatever he makes, he says you're gonna go see it anyway. So I'm not, because there's no effort put into it. You know what I mean? So this is where we have to say, don't go see it because there's not effort put into it. Like, if I knew Dark Tower was doing bad, I wouldn't have gone to see it, even if I loved the books.
Yeah.
Because they're not doing well. So the last Airbender, they did the exact same thing. I didn't see it in the cinema. I watched it on a DVD from a rent store. And it was awful. Like, they had the material there. They had to make 15 20-minute episodes into a film. I could have done that by just cutting out these few filler episodes. You know what I mean? And they made an arse of the film. But that's because they just don't care. They think they're doing it justice, but they're not. This is when we have to, shout and demand a different result. Now, a bad example is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were going to be aliens, and somehow, the audience found out, the fans, and, a riot.
Yeah.
Not like a physical riot, but I know. And they changed it, you know what I mean? Same with your man who plays Shredder, and then that didn't work out well, because, there's a lot of things wrong with that film. Yeah, look, they're not going to do it right, and it's
they could have, though.
Oh gosh, they could have.
Really
It should have just been a TV series. It should have been a TV series, because there's no way they're going to make 7 films. No way.
No.
Realistically, no way.
No, well, even
realistically,
I know, but even if they say took the kind of the Lord of the Rings route, which was originally 6 books, and they made 3 films out of it.
There's 3 books.
No, it was originally 6.
Oh.
Yeah. I think the author, Tolkien, changed it from 6 to 3.
Okay, but they took 3 books they made.
Yeah. They took the 3 books, they made that into film. If they condensed 2 of the books into 1 film.
They were.
I don't.
They were going to do that though. They were going to have 2 films, and then they had to make. Then they ended up making 3. Look, there's 7 books. It's like even like Percy Jackson has 5 books, and they've made. Is it 2?
Well, then they tried to adapt each of them, and they just
but they did it wrong. They did it wrong because they didn't even look at the material. They got even the character's hair color wrong, and then they fixed in the next one, and then it's just it's bullshit because they're just trying to make a quick buck off something that works. Like, Percy Jackson, and now Artemis Fowl is now being made.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, that's going to be
in
bad.
production.
Bad.
That's it. We're going to presume it's bad, but like Hunger Games was good.
Hunger Games is good.
So why can't it be just? It can't.
Well, sorry. The first 2 were good. The last 2 were bad.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the momentum kind of went down a bit. Like
they shouldn't have split the last book up.
Yeah, it was kind of a bit ridiculous. Yeah. But I know they can do good, but they need to have to look at the material. Maybe it just doesn't need to be adapted.
I said this to you
TV
while we were
show?
on the way up. No, not even TV show. Leave the Dark Tower as it is. It's a phenomenal book series. Anyone who's listening, if you haven't read the Dark Tower, at least read the first one, The Gunslinger. It's a class book. Give it a shot. If you like it, keep reading into it.
Yeah.
It's
a Stephen King book. His books are brilliant, but them adapting to film and TV, look, you'll get the odd good one, but to be honest, they don't really work out well, because maybe it's too weird. It's generally too weird to be honest.
Okay. Say that. The Dark Tower series gets pretty weird from the 5th book on. That's, okay, but...
Cormac, you're after telling me that the colourful balls in the film are called Wizard's Rainbow. I'm sorry, if he went, this is a Wizard's Rainbow, I would piss myself laughing.
No, because he doesn't go like that.
I know, but how is Hollywood going to portray that? Oh, Wizard Rainbow.
It's the same way it was done in the book. It made sense in the book. It was cool in the book.
Yeah, but this is film.
Fuck film.
No,
I'm sorry. This is how angry I am with this film. I'm so enraged.
I'm gonna have to make Cormac another cup of tea to calm down nearly.
You messed up, Hollywood. You messed up.
Of course they messed up.
Don't go see this film.
Go see something else like...
Go see Atomic Blonde. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I heard that was brilliant. Or Baby Driver.
Baby Driver is also great. Stay at home. Read the Dark Tower series. That's what you should do.
Read a book, guys.
Read a book.
Read a book.
No, obviously don't. Go watch films. Films are great. But read as well. Like, reading is fun. Just don't go see the Dark Tower. That's all I can say. Do anything but watch this film.
Go rent out, Hidden Figures, or Get Out, like they were, or The Eye in the Sky. We want to see something with tension in it. Eye in the Sky, Alan Rickman's last film before he passed away. Oh, really? It is brilliant. So we recommend that. Don't see Dark Tower. Go watch Eye in the Sky. It is 90 minutes of tension that has you on the edge of your seat the whole time. I'm just glad Dark Tower kind of, was quick. It felt quick,
It didn't for me.
Yeah, obviously for you, because you're lonely heart.
So, okay, it's something that people have mentioned before. The film is kind of meh to people who haven't read the book.
It was
But for people who've read the book, it is the most rage-inducing thing.
Yeah, no, I can
world.
understand that, but So if you haven't read the book and if you have gone to see this film, it's gonna feel like, boring. If you have read the book, you're gonna come out crying or enraged. It's okay, Cormac.
It's not okay.
Yeah, it's not okay.
It's not okay.
Okay, so thank you for joining us. We will have another podcast soon enough because we're almost in September already.
I know.
And what Cormac just informed me before the film start is that Justice League and Infinity Wars.
I don't know if it's the first one, but yeah, basically, Infinity War and Justice League are coming out on the same day.
So we are going to try and get to see them both at the same time if we're both free from work. And then try and do like a double review. I think we might need a drink.
Oh man,
yeah. So if you can recommend a good drink after watching 2 films, do type comment below, and we will take that into suggestion.
Also, if you want me to go on a complete tear through of this film, comment below, and I will do it.
Yeah, I will.
Get enough likes, I will tear this film apart piece by piece.
I'll give him a shot of gin.
Oh man. Okay. Right. Bye.